Welcome to Paranormal Gateway Paratalk. I am the host Scott Wise, and tonight's special guests are David, Melissa, Nick, Terry, Travis, and Tracy from East Coast Paranormal Spirit Chasers. East Coast Spirit Chasers, a paranormal investigation team based out of New Jersey that utilizes high-tech paranormal equipment as well as their own senses to do small to large-scale investigations and everything in between. Their private investigations are free of charge, and they personally sit down with their clients to evaluate full scope of what issues are affecting the location prior to the night of the actual investigation. So tonight, the team will share some of their experiences from past investigations and evidence gathered from those locations. So without further ado, let's welcome East Coast Spirit Chasers to the show. That was a mouthful.
Hey, thanks for having us on, Scott. Thank you.
Sure. It's a pleasure. I definitely guys on. I'm glad I got you on. So we could talk a lot about some of the investigations we both did on night. So that'll be fun. So I'm gonna start off with going around do all the Brady Bunch forever. I guess David go first, and you want to talk about how you got interested in paranormal, and just go around.
Sure. It was always a passion of mine, something I'd never acted on. I had a few experiences, and when I finally decided to go, I started looking up ones in New Jersey, and I reached out and got a hold of Nick and went out and met with Nick and Mel, and we hit it off. I realized things that I could bring to the table, and I was eager to go, and they were on board. And my first investigation was the Roundhouse in Martinsburg, West Virginia. And I've been on about 95 investigations now and been doing this for about 4 years now.
Wow. Thought. I wish I got that much.
Favorite place so far is still Trans-Allegheny for some reason. But
I'm jealous.
We have plenty of places we'll talk about tonight. But, between that and Lizzie Borden's house, lots of really good stories, lots of really good experiences. Not a lot of negative at all. Very few negative, a lot of very positive experience.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah, I've been doing this for about a decade now, and I was always interested in paranormal. I had an experience once. I was in. It was my dad used to do performances, and he was actually doing something in a theater, and me and my buddy, we were young, like, I don't know, maybe 12, 13, causing trouble. We'd be walking around doing things, and we went up to like this balcony level, and we were looking over, and we saw a shadow figure, or I don't know what it was, but then it just went right into the ground, which was pretty unusual. So we rushed over to the other side of the balcony, and where it went down, there wasn't any stairs or anything there, but we saw a full shadow figure just go right down. And I was always fascinated since then. And then one day, I was with an ex, and we were started watching My Ghost Story. And it wasn't these teams like it is today on TV. It was regular people that would document their experiences. And we're like, well, we can do this. So we went out to a cemetery. It was the first place we ever investigated. And we had digital recorder, and we're trying to communicate. And I remember my first EVP was a voice that said, "We'll kill them." And that was like a welcoming to paranormal. And ever since then, I was hooked. And, when you keep having these incredible experiences that you can't figure out, it just, fuels you more. Like, let me keep going. What else is out there? And I've always been hooked.
Yeah, it's always been an interest of mine too. Just growing up, I would always watch the shows of Haunting and all those things. And then I've actually known Nick since about early 2000s, 2001, and he knew that I was interested in it. So he invited me to Gettysburg And that's where I had my first experience, my first disembodied voice. And from then on, I was like, okay, let's keep going.
Oh, so was it love at first sight?
Well, she couldn't stand me at first. I was a karaoke rock star. Very, I guess, obnoxious. I guess I'm a little obnoxious still.
A little too wild for me. I'm more mellow.
I had to calm down.
So 15 years later.
But I didn't really talk to her at the time.
So it's a bit mellow. Yeah. Okay. I think Tracy, you're up.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
I've always had paranormal stuff happening throughout my life. A lot of times it was kind of brushed off as, well, it could be something else or whatever, and I just kind of let it go. My first investigation was at the Paxton campus or the Paxton Manor in Leesburg, Virginia. That's my hometown. That is actually where I met the East Coast Spirit Chasers. I was a host with a group, met guys. I fell in love with them instantly. I was like, they are like my kind of people. Started investigating with them, and I've been hooked ever since. Now, I would have to say my favorite place was also Transylvania, but I had two weird experiences, and one of them was at Dobbin House when I had a spirit call out Teresa 3 times, and I figured they're probably talking or wanting to talk to Terry because Teresa's long for Terry, and she's the medium, so I didn't think anything of me because I'm not important. So I thought, and I have it. And then the third time it said Teresa, like 30 seconds later, and we're doing a live video, and this is the room I'm staying in, and it says, "Hello, Miss Kelly." And, Kelly's my last name. And I'm like, oh, they're talking to me. They know my first and last name. I didn't introduce myself like that. And I'm like, how bizarre. So, yeah, spirit to know all. But I love it. Love it, love it, love it. These guys are...
I do too.
Yeah, we're like family.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I started off having experiences about 20 years ago. But I didn't really talk about it. I thought I was a weirdo. And maybe I am. But when Travis was 14, he was interested in the paranormal. So we went to Gettysburg for a birthday present for him, and we've been hooked ever since. So we started off going to the public events, just the two of us. And then we ran into Nick at Moundsville Penitentiary. And that was it. We've been together ever since.
Isn't that great that I can say that I met Terry and Travis in prison? I mean,
It's awesome.
Behind the bars.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And that was a great investigation. So I still think my favorite investigation is probably wasn't a big one we did. We just did a public investigation at the Sorrel Weed House. In Savannah. It was a very short investigation, but I ended up with a follower.
Wow.
So that ended up being a really good experience for me. And one of that was prior to me realizing I had all these gifts. So it was one of the, first experience where it was so in depth with me.
Well, why don't you mention what happened? That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so we do have a YouTube video up on it on our page. So we did a public investigation at Sorrel Weed House, which is in Savannah. The family was well off and had some slaves, and Molly was a slave girl, and the master of the house, man of the house, took advantage of Molly, and his wife caught him and then committed suicide. And then Molly was found dead later. But Molly followed him, and she caused chaos for about a week before I figured out who it was, and that my house was not possessed. And we were able to, in the end, we were able to cross Molly over, and her grandma came and showed her to the light. So it was a really good experience.
Yeah,
We do have
Terry had some interesting things going on. She was getting scratched, like on her boob area, and then the next day after, it was even deeper scratches. And
Yeah.
the day that she was calling a shaman on, she was pushed off of her porch, and she actually has ring footage of it. So when she sent me the ring footage, I listened to it, and there was an AVP in there, and it was this girl that said, "I'm just a kid."
And keep in mind, when I was pushed off the porch, it was so severe that it actually broke my ankle.
I don't think of the kids.
Yeah, her ankle was messed up. So what
Yeah.
a lot of people would think this is something demonic, this is scratching me. This was just a girl that, had this belief in Jesus, and when she passed, she didn't see Jesus, and
Right.
she was confused, and she gravitated to Terry because Terry's got EMT background, and she's known to help people. She's a motherly figure. So this girl gravitated to Terry and was scratching at her because she didn't know if Terry was real or not.
Right.
Okay. Well,
So it wasn't anything malicious. And then eventually her grandmother came out and helped her cross over.
wow. Yeah. That's funny you say it. Travis, go ahead. As you go ahead, I'll talk about a girl that we have the EVP of saying, I think I'm crossing over, mother. I got that on EVP.
Oh, wow.
I'll play it later. Okay, Travis, you're up, bud.
Travis, you want to talk about yourself? When did you get in?
Don't be shy. Come on now.
We can only see your forehead.
I
Lost you
have
hear
been able to. What?
No, go
As
ahead.
long as you can hear ya.
Talk
I
loud.
have been able to see ghosts my whole life.
Wow.
I have a couple that follows me around.
Yeah.
One of them's a teenager.
You want to talk about Eric?
I met Eric in high school.
Right. You met Eric in high school.
He died in a car wreck.
He died in a car wreck. So
Aw.
Yeah.
So Travis picked up Eric in high school in 2020, right as COVID was starting, the 2019-2020 school year. And Eric actually died in 1994 Eric was 16 because he was the driver, right? So Eric was 16 and he died on April 30th, 1994. And ever since Travis picked him up when COVID hit and they stopped going to school, Eric's been following him around and he comes on investigations and stuff like that.
So Eric
Wow.
will sometimes go around the location and let us know if there's like certain areas that are a little more dangerous than others. He's there to protect Travis, most importantly, and the team. And as far as Travis goes, he's such a huge part of this team because he can see things, and we are all about validation, and we love validating Travis and Terry. Terry's mediumship abilities are off the charts, and she was always an empath, and things kind of opened up for her when we investigated the Conjuring House.
Yes.
And ever since then, it's just she's now able to like read people, read photos, and pick up on spirit energy. And it's when you have people like this on your team, it really makes it a lot of fun trying to validate what they feel. And when they say, I'm getting this, I'm getting that, and then we can back that up with actual audio or video evidence, that's everything.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
And speaking of Eric, we actually got a photo of Eric at Balladary Inn.
Yes.
He was
You caught that photo.
Yes, there was a spirit up in the balcony, and Travis identified him as Eric. And so we started taking photos, and sure enough, we caught a shadowy figure. And you could see that it's a human person, and Travis identified it as Eric.
Yeah, we actually have that photo. If you guys want to see it, you go on to eastcoastspiritchasers.com. We have a gallery section of some of the paranormal photos that we have caught over the years. Check it out. That photo is there along with a bunch of other really impressive photos.
Well, at the end of the show, I have all your social site links. I'll put it in comments at the end of the show. So they get all your YouTube, your Facebook, all your links too. So, well, I'd love to go on a collab with you guys.
Oh, we would love it.
Especially like I never had a medium. We had a medium on T once, but what sounds to Travis a gift. I would love to y'all experience that.
Yeah, like for
Wow.
instance, we had mentioned Hinsdale talking prior to going live, and Terry and Travis were able to make contact. If you don't know the backstory with Hinsdale, there was two brothers that were murdering people that were coming off the stagecoach. We made contact with those two brothers, and they were able to give us information that nobody else. At least I've never seen it online or watching other people's videos or content, like inside information, and they were almost like gloating over what they did to these people. So we wouldn't be able to get that kind of stuff if we didn't have Terry and Travis on these investigations.
And that's also very similar to our experience at Lizzie Borden and also the Dr. Mud House.
Yeah.
We've been able to get information from spirit that has never been publicized before.
Yeah.
Did you go to Dr. Mudhouse? Oh God, that was so weird.
Dr. Mudhouse was amazing. Let me tell you. So in Dr. Mudhouse, we had cameras set up inside the house, and we were all outside of the house, nobody in it, and we were investigating the barn area. And for those that don't know, Dr. Mudd, he actually helped John Wilkes Booth nursing him after he had shot Abraham Lincoln. He escaped. He injured his leg. So he made his way to Dr. Mudd. Dr. Mudd brought him in and was nursing him. And, so they started doing this manhunt, who killed him. And so we actually have a conversation between Dr. Mudd and his wife, and they were talking about John Wilkes Booth. And there was nobody in the house. And, it has been known that, maybe they weren't aware of what John Wilkes Booth did, during this whole thing when Dr. Mudd went into the town. But as it turns out, the evidence that we got, they were fully aware of it, and they were just arguing back and forth about it. It's like a minute clip of conversations between Dr. Mudd and his wife going back and forth. It's incredible stuff.
Yeah, one of the things we do, investigation, in a couple hours, we'll leave the course in and we'll go out and take a break, and sometimes you get back, you get a lot of stuff while you're going.
Oh, yeah.
Can I share with you?
Sure.
We were where Rebecca was on the portal, Melbourne or Melbourne or Edinburgh.
Rebecca was at Malvern Manor.
Okay.
Dave, well, we were all except Travis. We were all on the tour. We were able to find out about this woman, Rebecca, in the room, who was basically left there by her husband on her, and left behind. That felt abandoned, felt unloved. So she started, Okay.
Terry's audio keeps. Tracy's audio keeps going out.
Oh, I'm
Yeah. Sorry.
okay.
So,
Anyways, she kept her.
she's pulling her hair out, is what Tracy's trying
Okay.
to say.
And when we're walking by the room, we looked at each other and we're like, is this her room? And we decided to send Travis. We're like, Travis, what?
Hmm.
Looking around, and he's like, nothing. We're like, what about that mirror over there? See anything there? And he says, yeah, hair. Like,
Yeah, this is actually something that's going to be in our documentary that we're working on right now that we're hoping to release very early next year. Basically, because I don't know if you guys can hear Tracy's audio. Was it cutting in and out for you guys?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
But she mentioned at Malvern Manor, there's a spirit named Rebecca. She was dropped off by her husband. She was unwanted, and she was so distraught she was pulling her hair out. Travis went into the room, looked at the mirror, and he's like, I see this woman pulling her hair out. And he didn't know anything about this. Travis goes in with no information about these locations. And the stuff that he's able to get is incredible.
it's because he's awesome.
He's awesome, exactly.
Yeah, I'll do it or see that. Wow.
On a typical investigation, we go in. Terry doesn't take the tour. She goes outside. Nick and I and Mel and sometimes Tracy, if she's not setting up equipment, we'll take the tour. We'll get the backside information on everything that we didn't look up, some inside stories. And then when Terry and Travis start finding information and telling us what they're feeling, what they're seeing, what they're experiencing, we start to collaborate it with looking at our evidence that we're coming up with. And we always seem to vindicate each other. Either our equipment is vindicating what they're saying, or what they're saying is vindicating what the equipment is indicating. So it works really well when we're together. So we don't separate too often. We do on occasion, but usually we stick together because we have so much activity. There's no time to split up and go in another direction.
Right.
I think one of the most important things is the chemistry of the team, and I think that's one of the things that gives us as much evidence as we get, because we get some evidence that's just mind-blowing. You watch these shows on TV, and you're like, all right, you get a knot, you see something off camera, you see a REM pod go off. REM pods can be manipulated through a walkie-talkie. So, it's not really exciting for me to watch a show, but when we go out, it's just like the type of evidence that we get is incredible. And, every investigation we get something, it's like, wow, that's like, how do we even explain that? And most times we can't.
Yeah, we were very fortunate over the years. I start back, I'm going to show my age now. I started back in 1998 and got launched in about 3 or 4 years later where I was in a group. But yeah, back then there was a lot of different kind of equipment back then. They didn't have much of anything. Now all the equipment they have now. And
Yeah.
what kind of equipment do you guys use?
We
What's
have
your-
everything.
We have it all.
We got everything and the kitchen sink.
Yeah, but the shows are an hour. You can't list them all.
Yeah, but for me, my go-to is still the digital recorder.
Oh, definitely. That's mine too.
I have
Yeah.
terrible hearing. I have a husband hearing. And, for whatever reason, I always end up hearing these types of voices, EVPs. I always hear disembodied voices. So, I don't know. I think the more that you are exposed in this field, the more in tune you start getting into things. And that's when you kind of start exposing yourself a little bit more, because, when we're all born, we all have these abilities, and they get dulled out as time goes on. It's only a small percentage of people that continue to have these type of abilities, like Terry and Travis. But there's some of us that the more you flex your muscle, maybe I can hear things a little better than anybody else that can on the team.
Yeah, I noticed throughout the years, I'm more in tune to things. I'm very susceptible to EMF. I've had that out too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, one guy made a EM pump,
Mm-hmm.
and he turned it on. I go walk away from it, I'm sick. So I thought stuff for that, but
Yeah.
most places in Europe, it does have it. Like, they don't have power in the buildings most time like, when we go, and we always check anyways in those certain places and with kids too and stuff. So yeah.
As a group, when we're going out, when we talk about it's like a family, it's gotten to a point where I just trust everybody overwhelmingly. It's because I don't challenge anything that Travis says that he's saying, because he's not always telling us here. He's given very specific information. We've been able to corroborate it with other mediums. What Terry's experiencing seems to go along with a lot of things that's going on. I used to question some of Nick's EVPs, and I just started to realize, just go with what he's telling you, because he's right 95% of the time. And you sit there and like, no, I think it's this and that. And you sit there for 40 minutes and you're like, I should have just listened to Nick. Right. And, you can save yourself a lot of time. And we've all got this trust with each other. They could all trust that I'm going to scare them before the night's over. And we just operate. When we get there, everyone's got to roll. We jump right in. It's like I run around and start taking pictures of the building. If we have the what do we call it, Nick? That you're flying around.
The drone.
Drone.
Nick's flying his drone if we have it, and he's reading about the place online and giving it to our fans. And Terry's starting to get her feels already, and Travis watches us unload all the equipment and cheers us on. Tracy's running around setting up cameras in 75 different places. You got to go track it down. But we all go in and we just start working like work bees, because we know what the ultimate goal is, and then we come together and start to investigate the place. And it's just, you build trust. You know certain things, and that's kind of like that family unit investigation.
And
Except for when it comes to Dave and Travis, because Travis has no trust in Dave.
That's because I scare him. But he trusts me more than you'd ever know, because he tells me a lot of secrets behind your back. So,
oh man,
Well, I think
man.
one of the main things
tell him what he tells me, but I'm good with Travis. Don't worry about that.
Well, one of the main things is we always have fun, no matter how dangerous a location can be. And I think, Spirit can pick up on vibe. And, if you see that we're there with good intentions, we're here to have fun and just try and communicate. We don't provoke. We treat Spirit with respect. And I think that's why we get the type of evidence that we get.
No.
And I know that we sent you a bunch of evidence. If you want to maybe start showing some of that stuff, I think
definitely.
really enjoy that.
Yep, it's not in any order, I think. I can start off. The first one you sent to me was okay. But number one, do you want to start with Hinsdale?
Whatever you want to show, yeah. Hinsdale's great. That's a great location.
Okay, I think I have two of those. Okay, here we go.
I came to learn your story. Can you tell me?
We were live at the time on Facebook, and everyone was sitting down. Nobody was moving around. This was daylight still outside, and this black shadow figure just walked in front of the camera. Let's take a look at that again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that shadow figure, we go live on Facebook, and that was on our live feed. So we love going live on these locations so we can bring our viewers in. We ask viewers, bring your questions. We'll ask them for you. So, anybody watching, like us up on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the social media. Bring your questions. We always promote when we're going to be investigating. So if you bring your questions, we'll ask it for Spirit, because maybe your question will get a response that we don't get. So, we like to get our viewers to be involved.
And we love our viewers, because a lot of times when we're live, they're the ones that are seeing things we don't.
And and sometimes we'll have a viewer who has abilities, and he'll be like, "I see someone standing next to so and so." That's always interesting. If we can validate them on a live feed as well, if we get evidence that supports what they're saying.
Well, I'll be trying to find somebody Halloween that reached out that wants to do a live investigation from the area. I did one time before for a fire museum using the StreamYard. And it worked out pretty good.
Yeah.
So I'll reach out to somebody if they want to do it or not. I didn't get back to him yet, but it'll be fun. So I'll be another one for his house upstairs.
Oh yeah, this was some good stuff.
Okay.
Are you?
Hey Terry, can you come in here and let me know if you sent somebody over here?
Yeah, someone's here. I can tell already.
Because I just felt a cold spot right here.
It's a little girl.
It's a little girl? The real question is it a real little girl? Or is it something else? Take a picture of this room and show it to Travis and ask him if he sees anybody in the photo.
Okay.
I don't think it's an actual girl.
You don't think it's an actual girl? Okay.
What happened?
It's a little girl, but he says it's really a little girl.
And the little girl's right here in the corner.
Where in the corner?
So
Point
He
to it.
just says right here.
So she would be over on that side.
Right here.
Okay.
Okay, but he says I don't think it's a real actual girl.
So it's something that's posing. In multiple photos taken by Tracy, this was the only one with something unusual. Travis, who can see dead people, sees a little girl in the area where I felt the cold spot. He says he doesn't believe this was a little girl because she couldn't consistently keep her form. In this incredible photo, you can see the image of a little girl waist up in a dress with long hair. We believe that this was something more insidious, posing as a little girl for us to lower our guard. You're not allowed to be this close to me. I need you to back up. Please go back to that wall and stay there. Father Trabold was unsuccessful in his effort to cleanse this home. Was this message from whatever malevolent entity mocking us by telling us to go get a bishop to try another exorcism on the house?
Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That place was crazy. Yeah, but I'll look one. I'll go again. But
yeah, I would love to go back again. And for those that don't know the story of Hinsdale, this was a family called the Dandy family, and they used to live there, and something forced them to flee. And they ended up bringing a priest in to exorcise the home. He was unsuccessful. So when we get a voice that says, "Go get the bishop," this is almost like taunting us. Like, a priest couldn't do it. Go get a bishop. Like, step it up and try. So that was pretty impressive.
All right. You want me to say that weird sound real quick? The woods? You want me to play the woods sound for Hinsdale?
Yeah, oh yeah. You said you were going to play it?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, it's messing around with the chord. Listen in the background. That's creepy.
And how long did that go on for?
3 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting.
I paused it now. It goes off 3 minutes straight. There's cuts off.
Right.
Very creepy.
That was a good catch there.
Yeah,
I get goosebumps. They're not here. I get goosebumps.
everything about Hinsdale House is creepy, and that's why we love it.
Yeah, I know. I'm gotta go there again. I'll definitely go there again sometime. But yeah, that was something else. Okay, I have one called Shark.
Oh, this is great. This is from
This was funny.
this was from West Hill Manor, which is in New Jersey, and we finished up an Well, we were
Watch
almost
the clip,
done.
and then we can explain.
All right, roll the clip. This is a good one.
Okay.
In the kitchen, we had just turned the camera off, and a voice on the ghost box says, "Draw a picture." Dave then took a paper and pen and turned this into a Pictionary experiment. Got flying sharks with guns?
He's in the sky.
What kind of drugs do you want, Dave?
I'm just drawing multiple things. Maybe we can get a hit.
Can you tell me what Dave drew here? Or better yet, what kind of drugs Dave is on?
Did you just say a shark?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
We still have that picture, right, Nick?
yeah, we do have that photo. I mean,
Do you frame it?
I should put it in a frame.
You should.
It
I
made
mean, that's,
so
It's even
Not
on
every day you see a flying shark with a gun. So
that's Dave's version of evolved sharks.
Sharknado.
Maybe a Spy Kids.
Yeah.
Well, we got a hit. We got a hit out of it.
Yeah, it did. To get shark out of that was pretty impressive.
That was a great location.
Yeah.
I remember doing Spirit Box there, and I said, "Who's your favorite president?" The response came back, "Wilson." And then it was later, after we realized the family that lived there was there at the time Wilson was in office, and we made that connection on the back end.
Wow.
Which was interesting. So that was a good place.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We'll have to give credit to Beth Harper on that one.
Yeah.
We have music experiment.
Oh, the music experiment. Yeah, so this is something that I like to do every so often. We try to think outside the box as far as tactics for investigating. So one of the things that I like to do is if there's a piano, I will come out and announce to spirit that I'm a master pianist. I'm going to perform one of my original compositions, and I'd love to have their feedback. And I've never touched the piano. I have no musical ability at all. I have zero rhythm. And so, when I perform absolutely terrible, then I ask spirit for feedback. Sometimes they'll give it to me, and it's pretty impressive. It's fun to kind of break things up from what spirits are normally used to. They're used to, why are you here?
Oh yeah.
That
They're
type
boring questions. Yeah.
Right. So
and Nick has a tendency to name the song on spot. And it tends to, the name of the song tends to be a paragraph long.
Yeah.
He continues on his stream of thought.
Can you name that too in 2 notes?
yeah. So it's impressive that we can actually get feedback from these spirits. So that's what this next clip is all about.
That's awesome.
Not even one lesson, right?
Not even one. I'm a natural.
This is his first time touching a piano.
Notice they're listening. They're not even commenting.
Where did they leave? Great!
Wow. Did you hear that?
I did.
Did you enjoy my piano playing?
Would you hire?
Talented. They just said talented. Thank you. That was good. They have great taste here.
Oh my god.
okay, so about that was one of the times, but many of the other times he's been called a moron.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was only going to include the clips of me getting praised for my wonderful musical abilities.
If I die, Nick, I'm going to come over yelling more on myself. Over
I call a lot worse already. I got called a-hole. I got called the C word already.
Oh, yeah, I love it when spirits curse me out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy it, to be honest.
Yeah,
I've
kind
been
of funny.
told everything, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I have a string of being called an a-hole, like 3
Yeah.
investigations in a row. So
How the hell?
the nurse at the hospital because I sat in her chair.
I know, and you hated that.
Our
You brought her
son's
flowers after that.
grandmother. I'm like, oh my god,
Ah.
I was very offended that night.
I'm
Yeah,
so
this was-
red. I'm a
This was
nice
Harriman Hospital, and there's a nurse there that doesn't like if you sit in the chair. So Dave said, "I'm gonna go sit in her chair," and she did not want that, and so she called him an asshole.
But she
And-
took my apology at the end of the night.
Yeah, she
I
did.
bought her a flower.
He had to bring her flowers and apologize, and she accepted his apology.
He was so distraught.
Yeah.
I didn't want to leave there thinking some old lady was mad
Yeah,
at me.
that, you don't bring me flowers anymore. Or something.
She was good. She said we were good
Yeah.
at the end, so I was happy.
Yeah, and at Post Town, it's a bad teacher chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah,
I
I
think
said I
one of,
said that. I used this thing. You ever seen one of these?
Oh, that's like a REM pod, correct? No, it's a
Yes,
music box.
Mihawk. Yeah.
The music box, yeah.
My the other guy teammates for it. We call it the Lilith box, and you put any tune you want on it with the MP3.
Mhm.
And right now, I better to do that, but right now I had a chicken dance on it.
Oh wow. You know, if you
Look at
are looking
this.
for quality paranormal equipment, Tracy is your girl because she builds the ghost box that you hear our amazing responses on, and she is. Let me tell you something. You have these people, these geek gadget people that create these incredible things. That's our
Yeah.
Tracy, and the ghost box. She does trigger objects. She's got a Snoopy one that's a REM pod. She's got a car that's a REM pod. She builds some incredible equipment.
Nick,
And our
you said you
ghost
brought her
box
in-
is
you said
as
you-
clean and as incredible on these locations as it's ever been, and that's thanks to Tracy.
Nick, I thought you said you brought Tracy in because she likes to drive. No? Okay.
You're not supposed to say
I,
that.
now, I remember that. I have been driving for like 8 years now because I can't anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yep, but Tracy builds some incredible equipment, and thankfully, we have her on the team because she's such an asset to be able to talk to her about. I have this idea for a piece of equipment, and then she can make it happen. It's awesome.
I think it was Hinsdale when I rescued us when your ghost box wasn't working.
Yes,
Yeah.
our ghost box broke at Hinsdale House. You can't have that at Hinsdale. You need the ghost box, and Tracy was able to rig it so that we can still get the responses, and she saved the day.
Now, I just
Wow.
noticed this whole time we've been on, I'm sitting here in my black East Coast Spirit Chasers shirt, and I'm noticing the lights reflecting off my neck, kind of making me look like a priest. I hope your guests don't think that.
awesome.
I was going
noticed
to
that.
ask you after
Yeah.
this chat, I'd be like, did you just go into the?
Yeah. Well, we call him Deacon David.
Yeah, go for it. Why not?
It looks
I've been
like
called
you
worse
have
by
like
the
a
spirit.
collar on. Yeah.
Yeah. Deacon David.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my phone, but I can't see any of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. Sorry.
Terry, you look very comfortable.
no,
Terry looks very comfortable.
I'm at
Yeah.
work till 10.
Mm.
See you back.
And I have to have, I have to have my phone way up on the dashboard just so I don't have to hold it.
Oh,
Okay.
my.
But one thing I was going to say that I think I take pride in as a team, and I think we all do, is that we can go into locations. Most locations have a creeper or a shadow man, right? And everybody's afraid of them. Everybody's afraid of the creeper. Everybody's afraid of the shadow man. But we are able to go into locations and put on our thinking hats to figure out what is the story with the Shadow Man, or what is the story with the Creeper, and why is he scaring everybody. And we can usually figure out that most of them are not, none of them are demonic, but most of them are just spirits that have a story to tell. You know, the one, was it Malvern Manor, Dave?
Malvern Manor, the Charger.
Where Dave just threw out some comedy with him, and it kind of broke through his shell, and we didn't have anything to be afraid of the Shadow Man,
Yeah, everyone was afraid. They're like, "Ooh, shadow figures. Shadow figures are not bad."
No.
And
I see them a lot.
That's how they're projecting themselves. But the idea was like, "Oh, he charges at you. He doesn't want you there." And then what we kind of gathered from him, he's a prankster. He thought it was funny scaring people and stuff, and he actually finished the punchline to some of my jokes, and he was laughing with us and just seemed like he was an old guy looking to have a good time.
Yeah, we actually sent Dave out there, go out there and tell some jokes and see what we get. And it worked, because then he opened himself up. And, this guy who was menacing turned out to be a decent guy after all. And that's footage that you'll see on our documentary when we have this done for next year.
And I saw
Okay, after we got that, when the documentary is done.
with the brim hat live.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Dave.
That's why I get upset when the spirits think I'm an A blank, because I'm not. I'm
An A blank.
It's not me.
Me and Dave got the same look together. We're both bald and got good teeth.
Right?
Just misunderstood.
Aw. Alright, this one I watched earlier, and I was, shadow figure that you got Winslow.
Oh, the Winslow
Oh my
Historic.
god. Yeah.
This is my first shadow figure that I caught on camera. This is going way back. Winslow Historic House. I'm from New Jersey, and this is a town I never even heard of called Waterford Works. And I was in the attic, and the way that they had it was they had these what are those things? Those things you break them?
The glow sticks?
Glow sticks.
They had glow sticks. So this is the only area you can walk through, because if you walk through other parts of the attic floor, you're going to go right through. So they had it closed off. They're like, don't go past the glow sticks. And I was there with my ex at the time that got me into paranormal. She went downstairs, and I was the only one that lingered. Now, something told me, stay behind and just try something. And I did. And we caught a shadow figure on the camera and an EVP on top of it. And, I tried to debunk this. We're looking at, well, maybe this is car lights, but this is the back of the house that this is in. There's no street lights. This is like 2 a.m. So there's not much traffic even on the street. So there's absolutely no type of light source here. And you see this thing move from right to left. I showed it to Travis, and Travis told me that this was a young black boy that he saw on the video, because you can show him a video, you can show him a photo, and he'll be able to tell you exactly what he sees and describe it. So this is a young black boy. He runs right to left, and then he says something after that. So roll this clip. This is pretty cool. Watch closely towards the far right of the screen, and you will see a shadow figure the height of a child. This figure then runs towards the left. I was the only one in the attic at the time, and I was not moving. We then catch an incredible EVP acknowledging that this spirit was presenting himself to me.
Wow.
He wanted to be seen.
Oh, yeah.
They usually
Wow.
do.
Yeah.
That's a very common theme among menacing spirits. Is they just want to be acknowledged, just want you to know they're there and know that they're not forgotten.
And I think TV does a part to try and turn everything to be demonic, and
Yeah.
it's not as demonic as they want it to be on TV. You know, I'm sure certain TV shows would have said, "We caught this demon on here saying whatever," but I
Yeah.
mean, it's not the case.
So,
What a
from
lot
my
Exactly, because
and writings.
danger and demonic stuff is what gets the ratings. So that's what
Yeah.
push. Everything is demonic these days.
Absolutely, and I think people have to remember that if a spirit was an asshole in life, not a pleasant person in life,
Yeah.
nothing's going to change in death. They're still that same person in death most of the time.
Yeah.
So just because someone is not pleasant or aggressive or an asshole, essentially, that doesn't mean demonic. And I think a lot of teams, a lot of people get it twisted. In all of the locations that now we have encountered demons before, but very minimally.
Yeah.
In all of the locations we've been at, demonic activity is minimal.
I think a lot of the teams, they like to tell people think they're demonic because it glorifies the situation to them.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it sound so much more, scarier or whatever. So I think that's why they like to do that. And
but they don't reflect too.
Yeah, exactly. It's clickbait stuff that they put on there. I see these YouTube videos where, like, did we just reach a demon? And it's just like, it's all clickbait.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I get so pissed off about that kind of stuff.
Whereas we can say, tune in because we got awesome evidence.
Yes.
Instead of something demonic. It's okay not to do demonic stuff at the end of the day. Because to be honest, do we really want to deal with something demonic? Not really. It's not always fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah.
Break down the story of him too,
Yeah.
And my group, there's so much chemistry between us that we're so evenly yoked that we're able to get all of that evidence between us. Because I've been on another team and we weren't able to get anything because it's like nobody really had it together. It's like you would get something, but there was just, I don't know. It's just there's something about our group, the togetherness, that these spirits just want to talk. They know that we're there for them.
I think a big part of it is we just mesh somehow. Yeah. Even, for example, Nick and I sometimes butt heads once in a while. We could be butting heads all day long, but when we get to an investigation, that kind of all goes out the window and we just investigate together like bread and butter, I guess. I don't know the right terminology, but we just mesh together so well. And even investigating, if one of us comes up with an idea and just starts asking questions, everybody else immediately knows, oh yeah, we know where she's taking this.
Mm-hmm.
So without talking to each other, we just know each other well enough to know where we're going.
Yeah, and it's one of the things that makes us as successful as we are is that it's the outside of the box thinking. Is we try to, there's the cookie cutter way of doing paranormal investigating, but then there's the outside the box way, and that's trying different things. Like, for example, big locations like hospitals, sanitariums, schools is one of the things we've learned is that there's so much energy in a location like this. So if you sit in a dark room with no lights on, turn everything off, make sure you don't have any windows or anything like that reflecting, just a nice dark hallway where it's pitch black, you let your eyes adjust, and you just stare. And you'll eventually start to see light anomalies start to form, and you'll see different colored ones, and they'll start moving closer. And everyone will see it, so it's not just like one person's eyes, like, you know, seeing this, and we'll be like, I see it over here on the left, or I see it on the right. At Sweet Springs, actually, we did this experiment, and whatever this anomaly was coming close to us, it was just a few feet away. I got up with a digital recorder, and I stood up right in front of it, and I could see this thing, and this was this light, and it almost looked like a skull face or something. And I put the digital recorder, and I was trying to do EVP, and it said, need more energy.
That was Tala.
Was it Tala?
Tala, because I was there.
Yeah, that was Tala. The one when we did it at Sweet Springs.
Oh, okay. Then I'm sorry, it was Trans-Allegheny.
Yeah.
And so the spirit said, need more energy. And that validates basically that they draw from electronics, batteries, stuff like that, so that they have the energy to manifest and do things. And that was just such an amazing experience.
No, and this experiment, we did it Sweet Springs Sanitarium as well. And remember, me and another medium were walking to it at Sweet Springs, and we got jumped.
Yeah.
So
yeah. We like to do this experiment in these big locations because that's when they manifest, because there's so much energy there. And any paranormal team, that's a tip for you to try it out, because we've had amazing success with it. And it's when you can see something with the naked eye, a light anomaly pulsating, changing colors, moving toward you, it's phenomenal. And unfortunately, our cameras can't capture that. But you know, as far as the experience, that's something that we can never replace something like that.
And even though we're not recording, it doesn't matter because we've experienced it. So it's our mind,
Right.
our thoughts, and it's wonderful. You know,
Right.
sometimes have them, of course, but
Tracy, you're going in and out again.
sorry.
Sorry.
I'll be back.
Okay.
So Scott, any other clips we got that we can show the viewers?
Yeah. We got Paula Yancey from Post Town.
What is it?
Paula Yancey, Ghost Town.
Paul Yancey.
The teacher, yeah.
Paul Yancey. This was from Rose Union.
She was a student there.
She was a student there.
Okay.
This is evidence on multiple levels. Check this out.
Okay.
All right, we're going to class of 47, Paula, and I'm going to play you this clip here. I'm going to get back to this because... All right, so here I ask, are you Paula Yancey? Is your name Paula Yancey? Yes. C. As I'm saying the C in the name Yancey, you can hear someone say, yeah. Is your name Paula Yancey? This has been like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. Paula has been sitting on our ovulus. And then we got this here. How many spirits are here? Paula and radio as we were communicating on the ghost box. Paula Yancey, please come talk to us. Yeah, I mean,
wow.
4 devices. You have the digital recorder, you have the ghost box, you have the ovulus, and you have the paranormal puck, all validating Paula. You know, is this Paul Yancey? Yes. So that was, for me, that's incredible to have it on 4 pieces of equipment.
Well, I mean, we had that same experience at the Bergen House, Nick, where the music box activated, where it was pointed towards the closet, which was a portal. As the music box activates and we run in the room, I take pictures. I get a shadow figure in my pictures. Travis is physically touched in the other room, and then we get the voice of the spirit we're talking to on the spirit box.
Yeah.
So it just constantly was vindicating itself.
It really all depends on the type of energy the spirit has. on the occasion where this is happening. So sometimes you're at the right place at the right time, and you get stuff like this.
I've tried to go back a couple times to same location. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Next one is the dolls at Wildwood Sanitarium.
Wildwood Sanitarium.
This one freaked me out.
At Salamanca, New York. Let me tell you, this location is incredible. They have a doll room. It's hundreds of dolls in there. And listen to the voices. You're going to hear the same voice that's going to respond multiple times. Listen to that voice. Check this footage out. It's incredible.
What doll should we try to talk to here? Him! Who's him? Who's the boss of these dolls? Who runs the show here? The family! We're married.
Here we are.
Who's married? Oh, look at that. You guys are married. And what are your names? Congratulations.
The first 3 responses was the same voice. And then we had the other people that were announcing that they were married. I mean, that's crazy. Crazy evidence. Like, to have dolls say, yeah, we're married. I mean, who gets that type of evidence?
We do.
Yeah. That's insane.
I guess chills because once we get back out, I want to get back out there again so bad.
And I love talking to dolls, which sounds creepy.
Yeah. I do too. So.
He couldn't wait for the Barbie movie to come out.
I don't know that.
Well,
Bridgetown, they have 2 rooms full of dolls at Bridgetown. So.
Yeah, we're fortunate because Travis can look at a doll and be like, that doll has something attached to it. And then that's when we're like, all right, let me put the digital recorder right in its face and talk to it and see if we can get something. Yeah, we'll walk right up to some. Like if Travis sees a spirit that's standing in a corner or something, we will walk right up to it and stick the recorder right in his face and be like, tell us about yourself, and we'll get evidence.
Well, let's correct that. Not we. Nick. Walk right up to it.
Well, I have no fear. I'm very desensitized doing this as long as I have.
Remember the poor spirit you chased around? She was running from
yeah,
it.
At Edgewater Plantation, Travis saw a spirit. Yeah. I started following the spirit. I was on the chase, and I started snapping photos, and we caught the tail end of this photo, and it was a white mist in the photo, and Travis is like, yeah, that's her. She was running away, but
most women run away from Nick, so
running away from me, but I mean, it happens sometimes.
And we did have to bring Nick back a little bit and be like, the spirits are people too. So a young teenage spirit or a young 20-something female wouldn't want you chasing her around, snapping her picture.
In life or afterlife.
Well, and her neck was broken too.
Yes.
Well, so was yours when Mel got to you. So.
Wow. Next one is Terry and Travis montage.
Oh yeah. This is a dynamic duo in action.
Hey.
Watch them work together. It's great, and then we validate it. It's awesome stuff. Check this out.
A man.
Is a man? Old, young?
Jeffrey?
Your services are needed.
Jeffrey. What is it?
Jeffrey?
A tall, misshapen man.
Misshapen?
What? How is he misshapen?
Where's he standing near?
Like you say,
Is he to the left, to the back of it, the right of it?
back.
He's standing behind the chair?
Yeah.
What's misshapen? What's deformed?
His arms are like backwards instead of forward.
Could he have maybe like fallen and like
Broken his arms?
mangled himself from a fall?
It's possible.
Could have been a coal miner.
Oh yeah, coal miners, yes. Who's here right now? Do you know us?
Jeff, did you fall off a ladder?
I heard that's right.
I feel like you fell really far off the ladder. Absolutely.
You just got that?
Holy
Let me see
shit.
that.
Cool.
Oh wow.
Oh dear Lord.
Marjorie!
Doctor with a flashlight.
Hi, Marjorie. It's Dr. Gilbert. How are you? Marjorie! How you doing today?
Oh, what was that?
Marjorie, how's your stomach? It's okay today? I feel like it's bothering you a little bit.
That sounded like a yeah.
Can I listen to your lungs, Marjorie?
Why are you talking like this? Travis, do you see anybody right here?
It's an old lady.
Yeah, I'm looking at one.
I don't want you to fall though, Marjorie.
Marjorie, I heard that they're gonna bring you a neighbor in this room with you. Would you want that? You can.
What the fuck was that?
What?
I heard something drop.
Your bag drag or something?
Yeah, I heard something drop to the floor.
Something fell. Door? No, something dropped. Something hit the floor.
No, I mean literally hit the floor. I heard it.
Something literally hit the floor.
I hope it wasn't Marjorie.
No, my flashlight's in my.
I could have sworn it said like that's her.
Well, she said I don't want you to fall, and then we heard it drop.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Mirror.
You just got mirror? Is the mirror here a portal? Is that mirror a portal? There's 3. Travis, see if that mirror is a portal.
Why did he punish you? Was he a jealous man?
What do you see in there?
Native Americans.
Native Americans in there.
There you go, Travis.
Alright, just peek in there, Travis. Tell me what you see.
There's no fresh batteries in this. Not one of them.
What do you see?
You need new batteries, Trace?
Yeah, there's not one battery in here.
A nurse.
Oh, so that wasn't.
Is she young or old? What is she doing in there? Was she going crap or something?
Yes.
No, she's not. You're seeing a... No, what's actually happening in there?
She's on the toilet.
Hopefully she's not giving birth.
So you're actually seeing a spirit of a ghost on the toilet?
Yes.
You see something move?
I think so.
Which way did it go?
He went from here to somewhere around this wall. Portal.
That's a portal, so that's maybe where he went, no?
Yeah.
What do you see when you look in there?
Like faces and hands attempting to get out.
Wow.
That was a good clip.
I gotta say, I wonder why you like that clip, Terry.
I don't like it. I wouldn't do it.
I mean, if you look at the badassery of Travis, he can see the spirits. He can identify a portal. He can look inside the portal and tell you what's in it. He can describe people. Like, it's incredible. And Terry, as far as her feels and stuff like that, is she's so on point with some of the things that she gets, and that's why we love validating her.
And I personally like the validation because, unlike the rest of the team, I still don't have the confidence in myself, and I don't know. So I like the validation for that reason.
Well, I think we boosted your ego enough over the past few years to be like, yeah, I think I know what I'm doing.
I'm like, it seems crazy, like to be able to walk it. Like, for example, Peter at the hospital on the road trip.
Yeah.
Peter, it just seems weird, like, because I don't know how I know these things, but they're accurate because we validated.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. I think last one you gave me is called Ghost Box Montage.
Oh, there's some really cool responses that we've gotten on the Ghost Box. And this is a Ghost Box built by Miss Tracy Kelly.
All right, Trace.
So I mean, this is her. This is all her because we couldn't have gotten these responses if it wasn't for Tracy.
Wonderful. Here we go.
Her dress looks beautiful. It might trigger a response.
You know, your dress is very beautiful. Is it? Is it? Excuse me, are you both on a date today? Is this a special occasion? America. Oh, this looks very tasty.
Nick, music box.
Jesus.
I can get these turned on.
Is there a portal here?
Not anymore, he said. Portal. He said.
Yeah. I was thinking of maybe bringing my work clothes and hanging them up in here in a rack. Get out? I was a C- student. What were you? Yeah, I'll brag. I'm fine.
I heard five, and sometimes they got number grades instead of letter. Like 1 through 5. Maybe a 5's an A, a 1's an F.
So you were smart? Yeah! Wow! That's great. Who's in the closet? A ghost! Did you hear that? Who's in the closet right now? That boy! Did you hear that? That boy is in the closet. Which boy?
Is it Dylan?
Did you hear that? And as I was getting closer to the closet, the little boy's voice came out. Hello? Hey, who's in here with me? Me! Who's the last president that you remember? Who? Lincoln! Did you hear that? Who are you gonna call? We enjoy asking out-of-the-box questions, but listen close as this spirit answers some movie trivia.
The year?
I heard something year. It's a year.
What year is it where you are right now? The year?
I heard
the year?
I heard
the year?
Do you enjoy inhabiting this doll? Do you know what year it is now? Look at that inside! Saying it's inside the doll.
Who's your favorite president? Wilson.
Wow! If you know this song, please sing it along. Moron! Oh!
It's a lot of fun clips there.
Oh, yeah, that's a great competition.
But that was the Woodrow Wilson that Dave mentioned earlier today. And, you know, that's also footage of someone that's not a fan of my musical skills with the piano. Calling me a moron. I was asking him to sing along to the song, like playing nonsense. But, you know, it's stuff like that you got to do to try and elicit a response.
Oh, we do. We sometimes give around 2 faces and we get some good results. Yeah. You gotta have fun.
You got to have fun doing this.
Yeah, I also liked when we did the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes. And I wanted to play that, but I just don't think it would have been loud enough.
Loud enough, but it was perfectly
But
clear.
it was great. We were at a South Main School in Ohio, and Tracy said, "Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance." So we did the Pledge of Allegiance, the pledge, One Nation Under, and then we paused, and they finished and said "God," which was awesome.
Oh, what face is that in Ohio?
That was a South Main School, which they don't do investigations anymore. We were
shit.
one of the last few that were able to get in there.
Use that French. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry we have more faces around the U.S. here, but I got plenty of faces in Ohio to go.
Yeah.
Just gotta go there.
And you should know who Austin Maynard is, correct? Austin Maynard.
Hmm.
He's a contact for a lot of different locations in Ohio. He's got like
Oh, really?
4 or 5 that he runs, and he also builds ghost boxes as well.
Let me get my pen. Austin Maynard.
When we're in Ohio, we'll have to contact you and have you come out with us.
Oh God, I love that.
And actually, Austin is pretty good friends with Nick Groff.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He does the Deathwalker series.
Yeah, and I watched that Walker. Yeah.
I think Austin does sound or something for that, or equipment stuff.
Austin's got some great ideas. You know, he got like one of these like dummy dolls and ended up putting a ghost box in it. So I thought that was pretty original. Like he can make a ghost box out of anything.
Wow.
Kind of like Tracy.
Yeah, I've been Jones then to get out there.
Yeah.
Should I? The transportation is used this joke because I'll drive.
Yeah, but I just want to say, right now we are working on a documentary that I feel is going to change the game, because I think when people see what we have uncovered on this documentary, it's going to be like something that you haven't seen before. You can watch all the TV that you want, all the shows, and what we are going to show you is something that has not been seen before. It's definitely going to be something original, an angle that has not been done before. And I'm very excited to have you guys see this stuff. So that's going to happen probably, I would say, the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And this was something
that
we
comes
filmed.
out. I'll have you guys back on again. No, after that's out.
Yeah, we filmed this last summer, and we're in the process of putting it together now. And it's going to blow your mind when you guys see this.
Scott, do you want me to wear my priest garb again?
Definitely. Yeah. Bring a Bible too.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll hold it.
That's like
just
perfectly there for Dave's
don't
collar.
forget your sack too. Yeah.
Father Dave, bless us all.
Yeah.
But I'm going to thank you, Scott, for having us on tonight.
Oh my God, it's my pleasure. He's got fun.
Yeah, we had a great time tonight showing these clips.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely been good, but I gotta cut loose because I'm still on the clock.
Dudes.
So
Gotta hate when real life gets involved.
Oh yeah.
So I gotta.
Yes. More responsibilities are involved.
You know, right? Real life.
Right in the car here, so we can go home.
All right.
I gotta go bless my dog.
All right, you guys take care. Had a lot of fun, and I'll get back on again. But I'll keep in touch. Like I said, you guys are out my way again. For us to get together. So.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to come back.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yes, thank
you. You bet.
Much appreciated.
All right, Scott. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Scott.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Happy holiday, everybody.
Bye.